This year at the Kings and Queens, which by the way we just won King and Queen preliminaries, I was watching at how poor I thought the standard of Kings and Queens were this year, and how little Kings and Queens we had in the past, and a lot of the bigger names who used to be there now no longer there, like Gerardo Vera is now out of it. He hasn't been too well recently, and that's sad, but of course, you know, it's all part of the cycle. We're getting older, we're moving on. I don't know where it's going. That show is also so sad. I remember the days of the glory days of going. I would go to the preliminaries, the semi-finals, the finals, and all of the competitions, the stands were packed. You know, you're going to the north stands and they were packed with people, and people on their feet applauding when costumes came on stage, and the excitement of going to the shows. And that's all basically gone. There are more people backstage in the costume than there are people sitting in the stands to see the show. And it needs to be rethought. It needs to have a new sort of out-of-the-box way of thinking of how to rejuvenate it. I know last year when they put that prize money of $2 million for the Calypso Soca, Pan, and something else. I think it was Chucky as well. And there was nothing for the mass. We still get $300,000 for the largest band, best band, which is ridiculous when you think of the work that goes into it. And I keep saying that the mass is a trinity. It's 3 in 1. It's the mass, it's the music, soca, and it's the pan. And you can't have carnival without one of those 3 elements, and all 3 elements should be treated equally. So if we're getting 300,000, they should be getting 300,000. If they're getting 2 million, we should be getting 2 million. But we should be treated equally. So I don't know where we're going. This China thing really hurts and upsets me when I think that we are supposed to be the mecca of carnival. We created it. This is supposed to be from our soul, from our inner being, which is embedded into us, what, some 200 years since emancipation, since the colonial masters came, and now we're just giving it to some other country to make and produce for us. How could we? I mean, it's sad, it's sad. I'm now hearing that they're going to bring a Chinese factory to set up here and train locals. Maybe that's a little better because the locals now would at least make beads and bikinis in Trinidad. They'll never have my business. If we will still produce in the backyard of a Woodbrook house, that's where it is. We'll still cook a pot of food here, and we'll still be that community coming together and working, doing things together. But that's what the essence of it is all about. So it's hard to say. I do see a few new bands this year, kind of new bands, and I'm seeing a little more fashion, a little more fabric, and maybe that's a hopeful sign. I myself last year, I continued to try to encourage youth. I made 6 extra costumes last year and gave to the faculty of creative arts. So they came and played mass with us last year and were very enthused by it and realized that there is an excitement about street theatre and mass. This year what I did is I lectured about 6 weeks ago to a section, a group from the Creative Arts Department, again from the UME, and then I asked them if they would be willing to interpret my concept, my design on the front wall of the building, which they did. So they painted my interpretation with very, very little guidance to me. It was their interpretation. And then on the final day, I brought in all the media, all the TV stations, the radio, press, all that. They filmed them and took pictures of them signing their names. So they have embedded their name on the mass scam. So their soul is part of what we're doing. They will be on the road with us. But it's trying to extend ourselves out and mentor to the youth and try to pass it on so that when I leave, the others that still have, that are coming up some essence or value for what we're doing.